In a world where every living creature is born with the potential to awaken a mysterious force known as Ki, strength determines everything. Cities are protected by powerful warriors, kingdoms are ruled by those who have mastered their energy, and legends are forged by individuals whose Ki can reshape mountains and split the skies. Every year, thousands of teenagers gather for the awakening ceremony, hoping to unlock the power that will define their future. Among them was a 17-year-old boy named Kai Ren, the only student in his academy who had never shown even the faintest trace of Ki. While his classmates grew stronger with each passing year, Kai endured endless ridicule, earning the reputation of being the weakest boy in the city. Yet despite the whispers, the laughter, and the constant disappointment, he never stopped believing that his day would come. As the grand ceremony began, one student after another awakened bronze rank Ki, filling the arena with cheers and dazzling displays of energy. Others simply shook their heads in pity. The judges declared that Kai possessed no Ki and would never become a warrior. With his dreams shattered before the entire city, Kai quietly walked away, refusing to let anyone see the tears forming in his eyes. As the sun disappeared beyond the mountains, he wandered alone through a forgotten forest that few dared to enter, eventually reaching the ruins of an ancient temple, long erased from history. Hidden beneath broken stone pillars, he noticed a strange symbol glowing faintly beneath layers of dust. Curiosity overcame fear, and as he brushed the dirt away, the ground trembled before collapsing beneath his feet. Kai fell into a vast underground chamber, untouched for centuries. At its center floated a magnificent crystal, unlike anything he had ever seen, radiating golden and blue streams seemed to stop. The air froze. Every sound vanished. A deep, ancient voice echoed through the chamber, speaking words that had not been heard for over 500 years. At last, the one worthy of inheriting the sovereign Ki has arrived. Cracks spread across the crystal before it exploded into millions of shimmering fragments that rushed into Kai's body. Unimaginable pain surged through every muscle and bone as rivers of pure Ki flooded his veins. Golden markings spread across his skin, while brilliant energy erupted from the chamber, piercing the heavens like a pillar of light visible across continents. Thunder shook the skies, oceans churned, and every powerful Ki master in the world suddenly stopped what they were doing, sensing an impossible power that should not have existed. Hidden deep within a forgotten fortress, a mysterious figure slowly opened glowing crimson eyes after centuries of silence. A faint smile appeared across his face as he whispered, "So, the sovereign..." Long before kingdoms covered the land and towering cities reached toward the clouds, the world was nearly consumed by endless war. Powerful clans fought for territory, rulers sought immortality, and entire civilizations vanished in battles that scarred the earth itself. Then, without warning, a mysterious force began flowing through every corner of the world. It moved through rivers, mountains, forests, and even the air people breathed. That force became known as Ki, an invisible energy capable of transforming ordinary people into extraordinary warriors. Over generations, humanity learned to harness it, creating schools, kingdoms, and powerful orders dedicated to mastering its limitless potential. As centuries passed, strength became the foundation of society. The strongest protected entire nations, while the weakest struggled to survive. Every child dreamed of one day awakening their Ki and earning a place among the world's defenders. But only a few possessed the talent to rise beyond the lowest ranks. Legends spoke of warriors capable of moving faster than lightning, shattering mountains with a single strike, and soaring through the skies without wings. Above them all stood a title that had not been claimed for over 500 years, the Sovereign. Many believed the sovereigns had disappeared forever, becoming nothing more than myths told to inspire young warriors. Hidden deep within ancient temples, however, forgotten secrets patiently waited for the right person to uncover them. In the thriving city of Ardent Haven, preparations were underway for the annual awakening ceremony, the most important day in every teenager's life. Streets were decorated with colorful banners, merchants filled the marketplace with celebration, and families gathered from neighboring villages to witness the next generation awaken their destinies. Among the excited students walking toward the academy was 17-year-old Kai Ren, carrying nothing but quiet determination. Unlike everyone around him, Kai had never managed to sense even the smallest trace of ki. For years, he trained before sunrise, practiced every movement his instructors taught, and refused to surrender despite countless failures. His classmates often laughed whenever they saw him training alone, because no matter how hard he worked, nothing ever changed. To them, Kai was living proof that effort meant nothing without talent. Even some teachers had stopped believing he would ever awaken. Yet every morning he still climbed the academy steps with hope in his heart, convinced that someday fate would finally notice him. As students gathered inside the massive arena, excitement filled the air. Families cheered from enormous stone balconies, while respected keymasters observed silently from above. The ancient awakening stone stood proudly in the center of the arena, glowing faintly with blue symbols carved by forgotten civilizations. One by one, students stepped forward. Brilliant flashes of light erupted across the arena as each successful awakening was announced. Bronze rank, silver rank. Every success was met with thunderous applause. Some students cried with joy, while parents embraced one another in celebration. Then, the announcer called the final name, Kai Ren. The arena slowly grew quiet. Some spectators whispered, while others simply smiled, already expecting another failure. Kai inhaled deeply and walked toward the awakening stone. Every step felt heavier than the last. Standing before the crystal, he gently placed both hands upon its surface and closed his eyes, hoping with everything he had that this would finally be the moment his life changed forever. Seconds passed. The arena remained silent. A full minute slipped by.
Cracked pillars leaned against one another, vines covered weathered statues, and strange symbols were barely visible beneath layers of moss. As Kai rested against a shattered wall, he noticed a faint golden glow emerging from beneath the rubble nearby. Curious, he brushed away loose stones until an unfamiliar symbol appeared beneath his hand. The instant he touched it, the ground shook violently. Ancient mechanisms roared back to life after centuries of silence, and the stone beneath his feet suddenly collapsed. Kai plunged into darkness before landing inside an enormous underground chamber untouched by time. Dust slowly settled as hundreds of glowing crystals illuminated the vast cavern. In its center floated a single crystal unlike all the others, radiating streams of golden and blue energy that pulsed like a living heartbeat. Every instinct told Kai to leave, yet an invisible force gently pulled him closer. The closer he came, the stronger the crystal's light became, as though it had been waiting for him alone. Taking one final breath, Kai reached forward and placed his hand against its glowing surface. In that instant, the entire world seemed to freeze. The air stopped moving, the light around him became blinding. A voice older than history echoed throughout the chamber, powerful enough to shake his very soul. After 500 years, the bearer of an unbreakable spirit has finally arrived. Strength was never measured by talent, but by the will to rise after every defeat. Cracks spread across the crystal in every direction before it exploded into millions of radiant fragments that surged into Kai's body. Agonizing pain consumed him as torrents of pure ki rushed through every vein, every bone, and every heartbeat. Brilliant golden markings spread across his arms, while an immense pillar of light burst through the temple roof and into the heavens. Across the world, oceans stirred, storms gathered, and every legendary keymaster stopped in disbelief as they sensed a power unlike anything they had ever experienced. Deep inside a forgotten fortress hidden beyond the northern mountains, a man sealed in darkness slowly opened glowing crimson eyes for the first time in centuries. A quiet smile formed across his face as he whispered into the darkness, "The Sovereign has awakened, and the hunt begins." Back inside the collapsing chamber, Kai's heartbeat grew steady as the overwhelming energy finally settled within him. His eyes opened, now shining with a brilliant golden glow before fading back to normal. He had no idea what had happened, nor did he understand that his ordinary life had just ended forever. The boy who had been mocked as the weakest in the academy had unknowingly awakened a power capable of changing the fate of the entire world. And somewhere beyond the horizon, ancient enemies who had slept for centuries were already preparing for the day they would finally meet the new sovereign.